Hey everyone, my name is Gage Clow, and I'm a student of global health here at ASU. And I want to start off by saying congratulations. I know this is like a super exciting time in your life, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come and listen to me speak a little bit about HIV and how you can protect yourself, your baby, from HIV by getting tested and knowing your status. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to be talking a little bit today about mother to child transmission of HIV and how it can be prevented. And sometimes, like, the conversation can get a little bit sensitive, and so I want to make sure that everyone's comfortable and everyone feels safe. So, if at any point during the conversation you guys want to leave, take a break, I totally understand. I'm not going to be offended. I really appreciate that you at least took the time to come in and listen to me talk anyway. So thank you so much. The conversation is going to be about 5 to 7 minutes. There are bathrooms out in the hall, and I do really appreciate everyone being here. As I said before, some of the things we talk about can be a little bit sensitive, and so if I could just get like a verbal like agreement that everyone is on the same page with me, that we're not going to share anything said in this room outside of it or anything like that, because I really want to make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable, as I said before. So thank you. I appreciate your confirmation, and it seems that everyone agreed, so everyone should know that this is a safe environment for sharing of information. So, talking a little bit about mother to child transmission, I want to start off with HIV. I want to start off with what HIV is. So, HIV is human immunodeficiency virus, and it sort of is a virus that attacks our body's ability to fight off other infections. Now, there is no cure anywhere in the world for HIV, but there are great treatments. And that's why it's so important to get tested, know your status, so you can protect you and your baby from HIV, because these treatments are only accessible if someone tests HIV positive. There are 3 major ways that HIV can be transmitted from mother to child. Does anyone have any guesses about what any of those might be? So yes, in the womb, that is possible. However, I do want to really like drive home the point that womb transmission is very rare, and it only happens if the placenta is damaged in any kind of way. So this can happen in the case of malnutrition of the mother, or possibly any kind of like trauma to the womb, like while it's occurring. And this is, like I said, very rare, but it can be avoided if the mother's viral load, which means how much virus is in the blood, is lowered through HIV medication. So that's why it's so important to get tested, know your status, so you can protect you and your baby from HIV. Because if you don't get, or if a person doesn't get tested, they won't be able to get the access to the treatment that will prevent this kind of transmission. So does anyone have any other guesses about what the other 2 modes of transmission from mother to child might be? Yes, so birth. During birth, the baby gets a lot of little like tears in its skin, and so because of this, it's possible that the fluids of the mother, in terms of blood and vaginal secretions, can kind of get inside the baby's bloodstream, and that's how it's transmitted that way. There is great medication to prevent this, however. So there's a single dose HIV medicine that will lower the chance of HIV transmission from mother to child during birth from 1 in 3 to virtually 0. And in order to access this treatment, it's very important that a person gets tested, because you have to test as HIV positive to get it. So that's why it's so important to get tested, know your status, and protect you and your baby from HIV. You see a theme here? It's kind of pretty obvious. Does anyone know what the last way that HIV transmission from mother to child may be? Breastfeeding, yeah. So, breast milk is one of the fluids in an HIV positive person that contains HIV. And because of this, the baby can get it through breastfeeding. So after the child starts teething, there are a bunch of little tiny tears in the mouth, and this is what allows HIV to get into the baby's bloodstream. So, basically, if a mother is breastfeeding past like around 6 months of age, it can get dangerous if the mother's HIV positive and the child has yet to or hasn't contracted HIV from the mother to that point yet. This can definitely be, the odds of this can definitely be lowered by HIV medicine, just like the other two ways. And this is why getting tested is so important, because getting tested and knowing your status so you can protect you and your baby from HIV allows a mother to access medicine that will lower the chance of transmission. Additionally, there are other options. Here in the United States, I know that it can get kind of expensive to get formula, but there's also the option of just breastfeeding up until 6 months and then stopping and trying to get your baby onto more solid foods. It's a little bit early for that usually, but a lot of times the baby can manage, and it actually can be very beneficial to things like their immune system and stuff like that. So just to go over what we were talking about before, the 3 ways that mother-to-child transmission can happen in the case of an HIV-positive mother are during the womb, which is very rare, as I said, during birth, and through breastfeeding. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, well, I do really appreciate you guys taking the time to come here today. It really means a lot to me, and I just want to say that, like I already said before, congratulations, and I hope everyone has a really good day. Bye.